You and them are not cut from the same cloth. You are not on the same mission. You have flipped a switch. You have decided that I'm going to be a better human, a better man, a better woman. I'm going to be a better entrepreneur. I'm going to be a better mother. I'm going to be a better spouse. I'm going to be a better leader.
Welcome to the Bedros Keuilian Show.
What does it really take to succeed in business and in life? Hey guys, welcome to the Bedros Keuilian Show. My name is Bedros Keuilian, and today we're going to talk about exactly that, what it really takes to succeed. Now listen, I once heard Ed Milet say that in life, you are going to reach a separation season. And when you reach that separation season, you are to do everything you can to separate yourself from the competition, both in business and in life. And I believe that to be true. And I want to tell you guys a story about that, because when I tell you this story, you're going to be like, holy crap, now I finally understand what it takes to succeed. And people have been telling me this, that, and the other. And the truth is, boom, what you're about to hear here. All right, so a couple days ago, I got a voicemail from one of my coaching clients. Bree and Chance Mesquet are my coaching clients. They own this company called Rebel Wax. If you are a esthetician, you are a waxer where you remove hair off people's bodies, then Rebel Wax is the wax you would buy. And they are my coaching clients. Now, Chance is Bree's husband, and Chance is the CEO of the company, and Bree is the founder of the company. She's the front woman, right? She's the one you're going to see on social media, and then Chance runs all the back office stuff. And like I do with many of my coaching clients, when Bree and Chance started working with me, I'm like, listen, how much do you want to build this company up to? And they're like, whatever, $50 million. I'm like, great. What does the $50 million founder and CEO look like? And they're like, well, you know, they're waking up early. They're focused in doing the work. They have a great team. They have a very clear vision. They have daily action steps they take that are aligned with that vision. I go, what else? Physically, what do they look like? And they're like, well, you know, they're lean, they're athletic, they're at their ideal fight weight or body weight. I'm like, exactly. And I said, I need you guys to get to your exact body weight, to the body weight that you want, to the physique that you could look at yourself in the mirror in the naked and be like, bam, you a sexy motherfucker, right? And so for that to happen, because you have to understand this, the businessman and the businesswoman go hand in hand with the business plan, right? And so you're never going to find a business that is consistently hitting its goal numbers where the owner and the founder are incongruent in terms of their health and fitness goals. And so for me, personally, when I get a coaching client, we're not just working on making you the millions, but we're also working on two other things, giving you time freedom. Like if you're making all this money, but you're working in the business and not on the business, you're not leading people, you're doing all the work, and now you don't have time freedom and lifestyle freedom, what the fuck is it for, right? And number two, if you don't have great health and you don't look like the version of yourself that you visualize in your head, then again, what is it for? So you better get in shape, you better be healthy, and you better be a great example to your employees, to your kids, to your family, because business is stressful. And if you want your business stress to not impact you negatively, you better stay fit and athletic and healthy. So Bree and Chance went on this mission, right? Of eating right, of exercising regularly, hiring coaches on the fitness and nutrition side to dial in. And I'm happy to say both of them are like well on their way to their goal. They've both lost a massive amount of weight. They're consistent in the way they work out. But all that leads us to a couple days ago. I get a voice shot from Chance, Bree's husband. And Chance is like, dude, I think I have a personal problem. I think I'm a bit of an asshole. Like I need to figure out like how I deal with people. And he goes on to say that I am dialed in. I'm dialed in on my workouts. I'm dialed in on my nutrition. I'm dialed in on my jujitsu. I'm dialed in on on our business. I'm dialed in on my wife, and I'm dialed in on my kids. And I have no time or desire for anything else. I don't want to do small talk with people. I don't want to go visit people who have small minds and are living small in life. I just have no patience for that. And I think, maybe I need to find a better way to find some balance. Maybe I need to find a way to spend some time with those people in my life who I kind of irritate me and I don't have any more energy for. And I'm like, oh shit, he has finally turned pro. And first off, let me tell you guys something. There's a point in every one of your journeys that you're going to start. And this journey that you take on, whether it's to get fit or to build your business, like Bree and Chance are, right? They hired me as their coach and we're building their business to this massive, like it's going to become the #1 wax used by all estheticians and waxers. But building a business that is going to become #1 in a category ain't fucking easy. Takes a lot of work, requires a lot of discipline, focus, and consistency. And so what is required of them is to be fit, jacked, and athletic, because we want to build mental and physical toughness to be able to achieve the financial goals that they want to achieve, right? And so there comes a point in time in your journey where when you start your fitness journey, your business journey, you're still kind of dabbling. You're still kind of, in the amateur realm. I'll say it that way. You're still acting like an amateur, operating like an amateur. You're still eating shitty food. You're staying late awake at night, watching extra episodes of your favorite show, and you're maybe sleeping in and hitting the snooze button, and you're executing on things and you're getting better results than you did before, but you're not getting kind of like on the track that you wanted to be on, right? And then something happens where like a switch is flipped, right? And then at some point you're like, fuck it, I'm dialing in, I'm locking in. Like that locking in moment that happens, you lock in on your nutrition, you lock in on your fitness, you locking on your training, you locking on your business, you lock in on your kids, and you're like, nothing else matters, dude. Nothing else matters. That is what separation season is, what Ed Milet talks about, right? And that is a byproduct of a switch that flips in your head or your heart. Where when I talk about the show here, right, what do I say? Say average is the enemy, success is your responsibility, and change can take place in an instant if you are willing to flip the switch. Well, that's what that is. When people take on a journey of fitness, of personal development, of business growth, most people, I wish, would just jump right in and lock in and go all in, but they don't. It's rare, but those people do exist. Most people start off by doing better than they were, but they're dabbling and they spend months, some spend years dabbling and not being consistent and not being fully locked in and disciplined until one day, hopefully, that it clicks, right? The flipping of the switch. Well, for Chance, that happened recently. And while he's been losing a good amount of weight, etc., it like, boom, flipped. And he's like, I'm fucking locked in, B. And in this voice shot that he sent me a couple days ago, he's like, I don't give a shit about anything else. I give a shit about my kids, my wife, my business, our money, my workouts, and my jujitsu training, and my nutrition. That's it. And it's just rinse and repeat. I ain't got time for small talk. I ain't got time for small minds. I ain't got time for small people. I don't want to go and hang out on weekends. I don't want to do this. And I'm like, bro, what you're feeling is right. Don't feel guilty about it. And that's what I want to share with you guys. That's what it really takes to succeed. $1 gets donated to Shriners Children's Hospital with every purchase. I fucked that one up. Learn about the Trillion Wellness Shot. Listen, I used to take vitamin D. I used to take vitamin C, paprika, the Trillion Wellness Shot. Look, I used to take paprika. I can't say paprika. Who the fuck takes paprika? You care about your hydration. You want to stay. And I want to send you a pack of 30 Trillion Wellness Shots. Did I fuck that one up? I think I fucked that one up. I fucked that one up. Trillion Wellness Shots. Make your dick bigger. Fuck this shit, bro. Vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin... Who gives a fuck? Try the Trillion Wellness Shot. I used to take 11 different supplements in the morning. Things like vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin B12, echinacea, ginger, and a whole bunch more. Now it's all included in the Trillion Wellness Shot. So go to Trillion.com, use code word Bedros, and take advantage of this amazing offer. Now back to the show. You have to be able to separate yourself from the losers in your life. You have to be able to separate yourselves from the people in your life who are not achievers. You have to, at some point, live a lonely life, because there is a season between separating yourself from the losers and the people swimming in the sea of mediocrity, and then finding a new network of high achievers, ambitious people who are driven and success-minded. There is a moment in time, that moment may be months, where you're like, fuck, man, this is pretty lonely. This journey of self-development, of fitness, growth, of financial growth is pretty lonely, because I cut out all these people out of my life, but I don't have a new tribe to belong to of people who are like-minded like me. And that's where Chance is. But I was like, bro, do not feel bad about it whatsoever, that you need to feel obligated to go and talk to these people. And that's what I want to share with you. Y'all don't have to be obligated to talk to people who you don't want to talk to, that are a waste of time and energy, that aren't on the same page as you, that don't have the same growth trajectory and plans as you. I'm not saying you should be a fucking asshole to them. I'm not saying you should be a jerk to them. I am not saying that you should let them know that you're an elitist and you're a much better human than them, and they're not. But the bottom line is, you and them are not cut from the same cloth. You are not on the same mission. You have flipped a switch. You have decided that I'm going to be a better human. I'm going to be a better man, a better woman. I'm going to be a better entrepreneur. I'm going to be a better mother. I'm going to be a better spouse. I'm going to be a better leader. And what are they? They're still binge watching television. They're still goofing off on social media. They're still wasting and killing time. They're still in massive debt. They look like fat, sloppy fucking turds. Y'all don't even fucking jive and vibe on the same energy. Like, why would you think that you should have some level of obligation to still connect with them, hang out with them, watch fucking football with them on weekends, hang out with them on Thanksgiving? You don't need to. And the moment you realize that you are not obligated to hang out with low level, low intelligence people, what I call peasants. And I know this because I was a peasant. I lived the peasant life. I was the guy that was like, hey man, let's just do the bare minimum to pay our bills, to get by. And the rest of the time, let's just fuck around. Let's just fuck around. Let's live a little, right? Chance and Bree are like, hey, no, we're not going to do that anymore. Like, we are locked in. But there's a sense of guilt and the sense of like, should I be having a more balanced life where I'm able to hang out with these people and do some small talk because I don't like it? I'm like, nah, bro, you don't have to do any of that stuff. And that's what I want to stress to you, because if you really want to succeed, you have to be able to lock in on your vision. And it takes so much more work and lift than you're used to. You can't just all of a sudden go from being a savage during the week to being this peasant-minded, average, mediocre person who overdrinks, overeats, underworks out, undersleeps, fucking vapes and smokes weed and binge watches television on the weekends, and then think that somehow Monday's going to come and you're going to kill it, bro. You're not. You're not. That's the facts. If you truly want to separate yourself from the losers in life, you have to be very deliberate and intentional about it. You have to get to a place of being absolutely disgusted with the way they live and operate, which is probably the way you lived and operated before. I know I am. I will literally have this visceral, physical reaction when I see people living to lower standards, lower self-expectations, playing small, because I'm reminded of who I used to be, and I don't even want to fucking remember that guy. That version of me is dead. That version of me does not exist. That version of me has been put to rest for life. And I want to share that with you because you have to be willing to make the moves where you create distance between you and them. Now, I'm not saying call every single one of these people who are playing small in their lives and they're not on the same path and trajectory as you and say, hey, man, you're a loser. I'm an elitist. You're a peasant, so fuck off. I'm not saying that. But what I am telling you is you got to slowly start separating yourself. You've got to slowly stop sending back those text messages and going to those invitations of goofy things that, you know, overconsumption of alcohol and food and television and gossiping and rumors and wasting time, and then realizing like I fucking did nothing productive here. I did nothing. I am not a fucking worthy person to be able to live here. Like, what is your self-worth? My self-worth comes from achievement. My self-worth comes from creating. My self-worth comes from overcoming the hard things in my life that allow me to make more money and stay in shape and provide for my kids and take care of my employees and my teams. My self-worth comes from like having this vision in my mind's eye of what this fucking immigrant wants from this world, and then literally unfolding the game plan and achieving it. On the days that I used to fucking goof off on the weekends, or I used to take shortcuts, or just did enough to get by, but not enough to meet my own self-standards and expectations, those days I would feel like shit. And so why would you want to actively hang out with people who have low standards, who have low expectations of themselves, who don't hold themselves to the same level of discipline that you do? I mean, we've all heard that you're a byproduct of the people that you hang out with the most. You think like you're so mentally tough that you're like, no, but not me. I could somehow hang out with losers, but still be a winner. That's not true, man. That's not true. They will have some emotional impact on you. They will have mental impact on you. They will somehow have wear and tear on your mind. I stopped going to weddings. I stopped going to fucking funerals. I stopped going to birthday parties. I stopped going to fucking Super Bowl parties. Like, those are all, like, why am I going to go root for a team that I don't even fucking own? Why do people wear fucking jerseys with another man's name on the back and another man's number on the back? Like, why do you know the stats of this athlete and that football team and that basketball team and that baseball team when you don't even know the stats of your own fucking business? You don't know what the ROAS is. You don't know what your profit margins are. You don't know how much revenue you made last month. You haven't even generated a fucking profit and loss report in fucking quarters, maybe ever. Yet you know the stats of the Kardashians, who's arguing with who and who's doing what and who broke up with who. Shut the fuck up, please. Like, are you fucking serious? Do you really think that doing low-level, low-minded things are going to get you there? It's not. What really creates success is being very militant, being very intentional, being very extreme. I don't know any one person who has achieved a high level of greatness physically, mentally, financially, relationally, without going all in and being extreme on it, being fanatical on it, right? And you're like, yeah, but what if, what could do? Shut the fuck up. What if, what are you going to do? Slow down on the weekends, break your momentum so that on Monday and Tuesday, the busiest days of your life in business, you're going to like rebuild momentum again? If you slow down every fucking weekend to party and live a little, only to then break momentum and have to start recreating momentum on a Monday and a Tuesday, after a year, that's 52 weeks you missed out on having fucking great momentum on a Monday and a Tuesday that would carry you on into the rest of the week. Do you know how far apart we would be? How much further ahead of you I would be because of that? And so that's what it really takes. You have to give no fucks about anything else around you. Like, no one else wants to tell you this truth. Like, you look into the lives of the people that you admire. Like, think of all the people that you're following. Every person that you're following who's a motivational speaker, a high-level entrepreneur, someone who gives back to their communities. Like, I'm talking like massively gives back to their communities, like employs a lot of people, makes a lot of money, is an asset to humanity, is a great speaker, orator. They articulate, they fill up stadiums, they fill up fucking ballrooms. These are people who are massively extreme. These are people that have zero tolerance for gossip, for small talk, for fucking things that are not within their wheelhouse. I'm not going to do anything other than focus on the things that I value the most. My health, my family, my business, the people that I love. That's it. What else is there? How much more time do I have? Any other time is going to be dedicated to my own personal growth. And so you have to be able to learn to lock in, my friends. You have to be able to learn to be extreme. You have to be able to learn to go all in. The system, the opposition, wants you to accept mediocrity. They want you to stay average. They want you to be in debt. They want you to be dependent. They want you to slow down and vice yourself and addict yourself to alcohol and drugs and food. They want you to live a little and have fun. What's wrong with a little bit of alcohol? I'll tell you what's wrong with a little of alcohol. It's fucking poison. I don't care how little alcohol you have. Oh, I like the taste of bourbon. You've never tasted double malt Scotch. Shut the fuck up with your fucking, I do it for the taste, or you've never had good red wine with steak. Guess what, motherfucker? It's still poison. It will still cost you physically and mentally over the long haul. There's enough studies that show that that poison over the long haul will dull out your senses, your cognitive abilities, your memory, increases the chances of dementia, no matter how little of this poison that you have. So how effective is living a little? Like, how effective is going to a fucking weekend football game watching party and diving into this game, eating a 7-layer dip, stuffing yourself with fucking Tostitos or whatever the fuck you weirdos eat, only to fucking feel like shit later, to have no energy, feel like a sloth, and then come Monday, what are you? You're anxious, you're depressed, you're overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. Why? Because you broke momentum, my friend. You broke momentum. You had this amazing inertia that you had built up all week long, and then you're like, fuck it, it's Friday, let's live a little. I'm not saying don't have downtime, but structure your downtime where you still feel like you have some level of momentum, that you're still growing in your business, in your personal development, in your fitness. Like, why should you have to sacrifice sleep on a weekend knowing that you're built differently? You are on a mission. Now, listen, if you're listening to this and you're like, look, I don't want to be an entrepreneur. I don't care about being fit and healthy. I don't care about having high levels of self-mastery and personal development. I don't care about emotional discipline. Quite frankly, I love being a emotionally reckless human being that's unpredictable and broke and dependent on the system. And quite honestly, I love the fact that I live in a hovel and, it's kind of a ghetto part of the community that I live, and I have to watch my back. But you know what? I enjoy the lifestyle that I have. Cool, man. Then just keep watching my shit, listening to my shit, and make no other changes. But if you're that person that's like, man, I'm going to flip the switch, I'm going to create this separation season for myself, I'm telling you, it is absolutely okay to start distancing yourself from the people and the things that do not serve your end goal. And if your end goal is to make more money, to be a great example to your kids of humanity, to be able to live fit and healthy and athletically, to be able to have financial freedom, and to have peace of mind and mental emotional toughness, that requires so much work that you have to separate yourself from the losers, period. And friends, if you want to separate yourself from the losers in your life, and if you want to really figure out what success looks like and get a blueprint on success where making more money, having more meaning, and having higher levels of self-mastery is concerned, then I want you to come to Bedros Keuilian Live September 13th and 14th in Scottsdale, Arizona. For 2 whole days in Scottsdale, Arizona, I'll be pouring into you, and I'm bringing 13 speakers who are all amazing in the areas of making money, having meaning, and developing self-mastery, because I want you to walk away with the game plan to ignite your life, to be able to find your purpose and passion, to be able to have financial freedom, and to create a network and find a network of people who are like-minded like you. So, if you have not registered for Bedros Keuilian Live, September 13th and 14th, Scottsdale, Arizona, just go to bedroskeuilian.com and check out the registration options there, or you can just check the link in the description box on this video on YouTube or on the podcast platforms, and you'll find a link there. And I look forward to seeing you at BK Live, September 13th and 14th. And finally, I want you to remember this, that average is the enemy, that success is your responsibility, and change will take place in an instant if you are willing to flip the switch. I'll see you next time.